Hi there, sweet friends, and welcome to the Harbour Home Podcast. I'm Rita Joy, and I'm so glad you're here listening today. I'm going to be completely honest. I wasn't planning on publishing a podcast at all today, but as I sat down to write a quick little newsletter to go along with today's brand new blog post, a story spilled out of me that was a bit unexpected. I decided to read it to my husband to get his thoughts, and as I did, I found myself tearing up and sobbing my way through the words. Clearly, it's a tender heart story of mine. My husband listened through the whole thing, and his first comment was, "That should be a podcast episode." Well, if you can hold yourself together to get it done, that is. So I think I've got myself pulled together enough to do this. So I am going to read to you this behind-the-scenes story of today's blog post. I stopped doing seasonal home tours of our house a while ago on our blog. Not necessarily because I was embarrassed about my house or decor not measuring up to the other interior decorator blogs, but because there really wasn't anything exciting or new to share. I've grown more and more comfortable using the pared down decor items that I already love with all my heart, and I really just reorganize it in different arrangements for a different feel each season. It didn't seem like something that would maybe be exciting for the reader like you, who may have been reading my blog for years and years. Like, do you really want to see the same vintage picture sitting on a different shelf of the bookcase than it was last year? But something changed this season. You see, almost exactly a year ago today, a family relative passed away. I only met him once that I can remember, but he left a huge positive impression on my heart. His name was Richard, but we always referred to him as Ricky. He led a quiet life as an absolutely brilliant man. His career was in a field I still don't really understand, but it had to do with research in nuclear physics. I like to tell people that he was a real-life rocket scientist, but maybe that's not even true. But you get it. He was really, really smart. Single his whole life, when he passed away quietly at home one morning, all of his immediate family members were already up in heaven to greet him. I had absolutely no idea until he passed away that he was an avid hobby photographer. He had collections of cameras and lenses, and through an interesting turn of events, I was asked by a family member if I would like one. I don't know if I can adequately express my gratefulness and the weightiness of having one of his cameras in my possession now. You see, I have long dreamed of having a camera of professional quality for this business of mine, but I've been trying to make the most of my little starter camera that I got years ago. Goodness knows it probably has far more capabilities that I've been using anyway. But I've been drooling over a specific lens for years and dreaming of a fancy camera. But the price tag always stopped me from hitting any purchase buttons. They just seemed like a luxury I shouldn't get. I've mentioned a time or two before that it might sound strange, but finances and my life of faith are intricately tied together. Living for decades on literal missionary support made me drop to my knees often, asking God to meet our most basic needs for food and clothing. And I saw him work miracles to make that happen. But then there was a pivotal time in life when I really doubted if God was actually going to take care of us or not. I was really mad at him, if I'm going to be completely honest. And I thought, you know what? I'd better pull up my bootstraps and start looking after myself because I don't think he was going to. He and I wrestled over that for about a week. And then he did something so awesome and amazing that I couldn't deny that this miracle like that only could come from him. I always say it changed everything for me. It was something tangible that led me to feel and know deep down in my soul that he was in fact looking after the details of our everyday life, and he still is. Decades of looking and watching for miracles on a daily basis has helped me recognize them a little quicker nowadays. And getting this dream camera is yet another miracle to me. It's something abundantly above what I could ask or imagine, arriving to me in such an unexpected, incredible way. So I pulled it out for the first time the other day, along with the fancy lenses I never thought I'd have, and I shot some pictures of our little home cozied up for fall. As I snapped picture after picture, I thought of that kind, gentle man, now in heaven, whose camera I was holding. I want to use it to carry on his legacy and bless others with this gift from him. Now listen, our home probably wouldn't be in the showstopper category. And I'm also just learning how to use this new fancy schmancy camera. So don't expect today's post to take your breath away. But I hope it will give you some ideas that will help and inspire you in the everyday, ordinary things of life, like how to add touches into your home to cozy it up for fall. I'll link today's blog post in the show notes so you can see it. And one more thing. I know that some of you are going through some super hard things today, and you're looking for some miracles of your own. Can I encourage you to do something? Why don't you talk to Jesus about it? Prayer is as simple as talking to him like you do your very best friend. I promise you, he'll hear you. Ask him for help and wisdom. Ask him to show you his love for you in your life. Look for him and for the right people to help you with what you're going through, and watch with expectation to see what he will do. I can't guarantee what the answers and outcomes will be, but I do know he cares. He loves you deeply, and so do I. So that's it for today, sweet friends. A short and sweet little podcast to start out your week. Until next time, toodaloo.